Listen, for God I live and for God I die. And there won't be any ghouls or goblins anywhere in this house. No, that is not how we are in the Tanksley household.
What's happening, family?
What's good?
Welcome back to another episode of
Is This Gonna Cause an Argument?
I'm your host, Marcus Tanksley, a.k.a. Tank, and I am joined by my lovely co-host. Go on, let them know who you are, sweets.
My name is Angel Tanksley, also known as Angel Akita Moore, also known as That Chick Angel. That Chick Angel. And I'm the co-host of this amazing podcast that has been around for 7 years. I can't believe it. We've got a lot of goddamn on episodes. I was looking it up. I was like, Dear God, we've been talking for a long time.
That's a lot of talking.
And we talk a lot about nothing, a lot about something, okay? Any and everything that we want to talk about is brought up on this podcast, whether it be pop culture, whether it be relationship, whether it be about raising children. We're going to talk about it. And what we also going to talk about is these amazing people who are watching us do this live. Beep, 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 beep. They are our Patreon. They not only get to watch this podcast as we struggle through it every week, they also get different community events. Last week we watched Vampire in Brooklyn. This week we'll be doing a costume contest with actual prizes. That's gosh darn right. In other events. So if you would like to be a part of our Patreon, you can go to www.patreon.com/thatchickangel. We also have some amazing sponsors today. These are companies that collaborate with us and allow us to advertise their business to our audience in the hopes that if our audience needs a service similar to what they offer, that our audience will give them a try. So today we have Ladder, Real, ZocDoc, and HelloFresh. We'll tell you more about each of those companies later on in the podcast, but when you try out these companies by using our code or our links, you are supporting this podcast, and we greatly appreciate it.
Absolutely. This is the wrong one.
He said, this is the wrong one. It's not. Just scroll up. There you go.
It's dated. Anyway, so I was looking at the notes from the meeting, notes from the show. Anyway, so we watched. I don't know if y'all been watching. What's it called, girl? Really?
This is the wrong one. As he puts this big old egg.
This is the wrong one.
Go ahead, baby.
So y'all, we've been watching Game of Thrones. Not Game of Thrones. We call it Game of Thrones, even though it ain't Game of Thrones.
No, I call it House of Dragons.
House of Dragons.
No, it's called The House.
No, I'm getting to that. It's called The House of the Dragon.
Yeah.
We call it House of Dragon.
Like every other black person.
Plural. House of Dragons. That's how.
Yeah, I've asked them.
-dragons. House of Dragons. Anyway, pure, utter disappointment.
You were disappointed.
I haven't been really into this series as of yet. Granted, I watched it every week because that's what we do. Because it's we liked Game of Thrones. We actually started that very late. Mm-hmm. Everybody else was on the last season when we started watching the first season, so we were able to binge watch it. But this new series, as I'm watching it, I'm into it. But once it goes off, if I didn't see another episode, I wouldn't be mad. At all. I'm like, I ain't really into it. Angel, you like it just as much as the first one?
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm not even comparing it. I like, Marcus knows, I like give me some fantasy, mystical powers, stuff that don't happen in regular world. I'ma want it. And I wasn't even mad when I didn't see no black people in the first one. I mean, I was just like, well, dang. But I was like, all right. Well, that's also because I'm black and I don't be behaving like white folk do. Not all white folk, but white folk do when a black person enters into their imagination. I'd be like, okay, there's only white people here. That's fine.
We used to seeing it, though.
Yes, exactly.
Or not seeing it.
Either or. This one they had blacks all up and through, all different colors with beautiful locks and curls and whatnot.
They got yarn locks. What's his name? The Snake of the Sea.
Yeah,
his locks look like straight up yarn.
Yarn. I was waiting for you to.
Yarn locks.
I was waiting for you to put that R in there, but I said
yellow. They said we ain't gonna fake none of this. You gonna?
It was yellow. It was white.
All right, whatever. It's yarn. From Michaels.
Hush your mouth. So what were you? You were just saying you mad that how it ended?
It just that season finale was, really. That's it. You got to turn around.
Is that what you did? If you can see, if you aren't watching, you can watch this on That Chick Angel TV on YouTube. Marcus is doing all this lip quivering and nostril flaring.
That's all she did. That's how the word was said. It's like, you said you was mad before. Are you madder now?
I needed just a couple more hours, not in the actual film time, but like more time to pass after her initial reaction, just to see what was going to happen next. But we'll wait until 2024 to see.
But that's what I will say about these shows that know they got a second, third, and fourth season coming. You know that's the series finale because 90% of the episode is going to be all dialogue about reactions and feelings and nothing actually moving forward. Anyhow,
I liked it.
That's moving on to the next segment. I was going to say that's what's got me in my feelings because that's the next segment.
Oh, in my feelings?
In my feelings.
Let me tell you what's got me in my feelings.
I got something making me feel good.
In my feelings. My feelings, and I'm in them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot until you looked at me. I was like, I'm supposed to be saying.
Yeah, right. Listen, you started your own trend, and then we'll be.
Stop it real quick.
No, you can't disappoint the people. That's why they watch.
So what's got you in your feel? Oh, for y'all that don't know, if you may not know, in my feels is a segment we talk about something that's grinding our gears, or something that's got us creasing our Jordans. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What it said, burning my grits.
That's the worst.
Grinding my gears, overcooking my rice.
Overcooking my rice. Well, I realized that we haven't talked about this on this podcast, but I was recently named a series regular on the HBO and HBO Max show, a Black Lady sketch show.
Huh?
Yeah?
Say it again.
A Black Lady sketch show.
With 3 A's.
I had to keep this news to myself since right after my birthday. That's when I found out I was cast. So
early July,
I was like, I can't let anybody know. So it was so funny. Robin had put out a tweet that said, who y'all want to see on season 4 of Black Lady Sketch Show? She did that about a month ago. So this was like in September, she put out that tweet. And people who have been supporters of mine, Angel Wing, Stage Crew, Tanks Riders, they win them tweets. At Angel the Actress. Angel the Actress. She's hilarious. I would love to see Angel the Actress. And obviously, little did y'all know I was already on the show, but it did make me feel good seeing that of like, that's right. Yup, they want to see me season 4. This is where
I'll be riding hard and dirty. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah. So
feathers all up through the place. Wings everywhere. They ain't know what to do.
So I definitely was so excited that it was announced. That's got me feeling good. It was also announced in Essence. Now listen, Linda. Growing up, there were publications. If you're listening and you're wondering what these sleigh bells are, it's my earrings. They're just so loud today. They're wind chimes. Anyways, there are a few magazines that I feel like we grew up with as Black women. And the 3 that I grew up with watching, looking at often were Ebony, Jet, in Essence. Essence, I had a subscription to for many years, as a grown woman. And just to be named in their digital publication just made my heart leap. But there will be a day where I'll be on that cover. There will be a day and I will act a plum fool. Just let everybody know. All hearts and minds clear. So anyways, super excited to join the legacy that is a Black Lady Sketch Show. Can't wait for you all to see the season. I'm not sure when the season will come out, and that's also, even if I did know, I am not at liberty to be able to say any other details other than what you saw in the article, which is I'm on the show now. Yeah. So yeah, that's got me feeling great. What about you?
What's got me feeling good is some of the things that I've been working on that I already told Patreon about. A lot of that stuff is starting to come to like realization. I'm gonna be able to finally, where I feel comfortable telling the entire public about.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, Patreon knows these things, but until I have more things solidified, I'm gonna keep to myself. But y'all gonna know soon enough. Patreon's been very supportive. They know about everything. But that's what's got me feeling good. It's just like, all right.
There's some actual factual stuff.
Yeah. That's when I'll start talking about it. That's just how I operate.
I can't wait till we do an episode on our strengths because I still haven't seen yours. Because as y'all know, if you've been watching us for a while, Marcus will hint to him doing something but not tell you I'll say shit. Not say shit for the longest time. I'm working on something. Can't say nothing about it. You know, with the Birdman hands. What?
I don't say I can't say it. I'm just saying I don't like telling people about something that feels like an idea or an idea.
Yeah, I'm not. No, it's your preference. Then I'll say to not say anything about it. It's my preference not to say anything about it. But one of my strengths, and we'll talk about it, is for me to speak the thing that I plan on doing. It actually works the opposite for me to not say anything about it.
Mine, I speak it. I just don't speak it publicly.
Yeah, no, mine is speaking it out loud for other people to hear it. And so I was like, oh, because there is the mindset of, real G's move in silence like lasagna.
All that crap.
And
lasagna is loud. Cut some lasagna, stir it up, knead it, see what happens. You're going to hear it.
So for me, just learning that strength, it made me feel more comfortable and confident about, okay, not that everybody, might not be somebody else's, what they should lean into. They should be a person that keeps the stuff. But anyways. Yeah,
this was in my feelings. So that's got me feeling good. I don't know, took it over. Nah, I mean, I get it. Like, I do feel like there's power in words. I do speak my things aloud to myself, and when I'm meditating and praying or whatever it may be, because of it, like, I agree, there's power in words. I even write it down, read it out loud, read it to myself, constantly repeat it, because you're putting that out there. That's definitely something. This is just me. While I'm planning something, I don't want to talk about the details of it. And when people are excited about something that you're doing, they will ask about the details. Because then I'm like, all right, well, doing it, it's like, nah, just here's the finished product. But, yeah, that's got me feeling great. What's got you feeling some type of way? Oh, what was you about to say?
Oh, that's what I was going to say. In my little strengths chart, when I talk about it to people, it makes it helps me refine the details the more I talk about it. So that's all I was saying. What's got me feeling some type of way are these mother-loving taxes. We are still in the midst of paying our taxes, and it feels like we keep getting a tax bill. And, on one hand, I don't shy away from taxes because I realize if we have a good CPA, if we owe a lot of money, that means we made a lot of money. And we praise God for the increase. We praise God for the provision and the abundance. At the same time, it definitely be hurting my feelings when I be seeing these huge bills and I'll be like, wait, you want this all at once? Like, excuse me, sir.
It took us the year to make that money. And by the time you come to pay the taxes, you don't feel the benefit of the money you made. It's just it's like, why are you bringing up the past? Like, you know how long ago that happened? And you going to throw this on me this much later in life?
And we didn't do well at paying quarterly taxes this year either, but starting 2023, we'll be paying quarterly taxes because what Angel is not going to do is keep having to get these bills and them being like, hey, give us this money. You better leave me alone. And a lot
don't even look like real numbers. This is like, you expect me to pay somebody this?
Yes. And the thing is that a lot of people put off taxes. I mean, we'd be like, I'll do it tomorrow. I just hold off. People were supposed to file taxes back in April. Those people who would get a refund were like, you gonna have my stuff not March 1st, February 1st. Where people who owe money, we like, tomorrow we'll do it. The day after tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
But we have to understand that tomorrow doesn't always come. So that is why we're happy that this podcast is sponsored by Ladder. Because when it comes to life insurance, honey, you need to choose it today, okay? And this is something that you cannot wait on. Ladder is 100% digital, no doctors, no needles, no paperwork. And when you apply for $3 million in coverage or less, just answer a few questions about your health in an application. Ladder customers rate them 4.8 out of 5 stars on Trustpilot, and they made Forbes' best life insurance list in 2021. You just need a few minutes, a phone, or a laptop to apply. Ladder's smart algorithm work in real time, so you'll find out if you're instantly approved. No hidden fees, cancel anytime, get a full refund if you change your mind in the first 30 days. Ladder policies are issued by insurers with long, proven histories of paying claims. They are rated A and A+ by AM Best. Finally, since life insurance costs you more as you age, now's the time to cross it off your list. So go to ladderlife.com/argue today to see if you're instantly approved. That's LADDER life.com/argue. Ladderlife.com/argue. Okie dokie. What's got you feeling some type of way?
Well, now these taxes, now that you got back online, somebody said they got $1,000 bonus at work and tax. That'd be the worst when you get a bonus at work, and by the time you get that check, you see what the bonus was, and then what you actually getting to take home.
And you're like,
that'd
what
be hurting
was
your
this?
feelings. But something else that's fresh on my mind is, so as y'all know, we in California by the year, I think it was 2035 or something like that.
Everything gonna be electric.
They will stop the sale of new gas vehicles in California, meaning you won't be able to get a new gas vehicle. I think you'll still be able to get used. Like a CarMax or whatever those, dealerships, they'll still sell gas vehicles. But inevitably everything's gonna end up moving over to electricity. And that's why I know eventually they're gonna figure out a way to tax this electric that people are charging their cars off. I'm surprised it ain't happened yet.
Yeah.
I'm extremely surprised that ain't happened yet. Start charging by the kilowatt hour or something. Because I said that like 10 years ago. I said, they're gonna tax that electricity.
Oh, absolutely.
But with everything moving over to electric, there's one thing that I absolutely despise about these electric vehicles, and that's that they're so plain and dull on the inside.
Oh yeah, you've complained about this before.
I hate it. I don't care how top.
And that's what's got you in your feelings?
It's because I know I'm gonna end up doing that, and I don't want to let go of what I have.
Oh, I'm sorry.
If I can do the little kit, the little crate kit where you can just convert your vehicle to electric, I'll be perfectly fine with that.
Oh, then that's what you're gonna do.
That's what I'm gonna have to do. Like I like, if I'm in a vehicle, I like the different textures, you got leather, wood, chrome, metal, plastic, whatever it may be, all the different colors. It's made to look nice to the eye, very inviting. It's made to look, you know what I'm saying? You just get in there, that's one of the, it feels nice, it's plush, it's this. You got things that please the eyes. You pay $300,000 for a Tesla, you get a tablet in the middle of the goddamn car. You don't get no buttons. You don't get nothing nice. I don't even think it's got a handle to get out. You probably like wave your hand in front of the door and it opens up for you. Like, I'm not a fan of it. I hate it. I don't like it at all. And like I said, this is fresh on my mind because I was recently watching something, and I keep up with all the car stuff. Y'all know I'm a car dude. Like reading up about that stuff, and now I know they're gonna eventually they're a lot closer to coming out with vehicles, the type of vehicles that me and Angel drive, larger vehicles will be electric, because the fact that they already have electric trucks. They already have the electric F-150, which is, my truck is on an F-150 platform. I have a Navigator. Angel has an Infiniti QX80. That's pretty much almost like a Nissan Titan platform. So the fact that they got these trucks that's already electric and hybrid and all this, I know they're going to move over to the SUVs. They could just go diesel. That would solve all the fuel efficiency problems. Anyway, I don't want to move over to that plain, dull, crappy interior.
It's not. It's in the air pollution. Diesel still has a lot of air
Not
pollution.
as bad.
But we already then tipped over the edge.
Yeah, but it's still an improvement. Anyway, yes, I agree. I'm not disagreeing with you or whatever. It's just I don't like this whole less is more design that everything's moving over to.
It's something that just got me in my feelings. I just saw it in the comments. You probably don't know who this man is. Comedian and actor Leslie Jordan just died in a car crash in Hollywood at the corner of Cahuenga. You know, Victory's mouth is open. He's a little short, little gay man. Hysterical. Cahuenga and Romaine. How sad. He was, let me tell you, he had people cracking up and in tears this entire pandemic. Somebody taught that man how to use Instagram well, and he just, you know what I'm talking about now?
Yeah, dang.
He's only 67 years old, younger than my mother. That just hurt my feelings.
That is sad. There was unexpected, like, that was just an article came past my phone yesterday. There's a dude who's 42, bodybuilder, died in his sleep. Just, I think he's Latino. Just died in his sleep. I'm like, that's why I said them aneurysms, man. That'd be scaring me too.
Listen, it's all so sad. So rest in
sad.
peace. He was I thought he was very, very, very funny. As most people did. He was just a good goddamn time. So it's so unfortunate that his life ended so early for something like a car accident.
Yeah. That just made me think of that girl that went through that intersection at 90-some miles an hour. I don't know what happened to her. Hopefully she got a bunch of time. Anyway, so yeah, that's what's got me. Well, now that's got me in my feelings. But these, I was thinking about the future of the vehicles that I'm driving. I guess I could hold on. Like if they set that rule by 2035,
it's gonna be.
I got another 20 years to still get a gas because I don't be like in brand new vehicles. I don't buy new vehicles. It's a waste of money to me, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I always get used, so I think I'm Gucci.
I think so too.
As long as everybody else don't move over.
That's
to
why I
that
was
simple
surprised.
as more.
That's what had you in your feelings. I was like, that is so far in the future. Why?
But
are you upset?
I don't want to keep spending all this money on gas. I want good mileage.
True. Okay, baby.
I just don't want to feel like I'm sitting in a cardboard box with a tablet. Moving on. Taking sides. They gonna disagree on purpose. Taking sides.
Taking sides. Oh, bless my husband's heart.
I'm trying to bring it back up after that sad news. Will it play over here? This is we're gonna play a TikTok and somebody's giving some random opinion on something and we're gonna take sides.
Jesus Christ. This is from a young lady who goes by @ThisIsNefertiti.
This opinion might be polarizing, it might make some people mad, but it needs to be said. There is nothing on earth more out of touch than telling people that attractiveness is strictly just a state of mind. I kind of spoke about this the other day, but I needed to reiterate my thoughts. Whenever I hear someone saying that confidence is the solution to getting other people to desire you, it makes me wonder what alternate universe they live in where implicit bias and prejudices and beauty standards don't exist. You know the trope in movies and books where the shy person or the nerd takes off their glasses and dresses up and suddenly everyone thinks they're hot? The whole reason why that trope works is because those people were never considered to be ugly anyway, they just flew under the radar. Acting like the hottest and coolest person in the room is going to work for you when nobody was objecting to your looks to begin with. Whenever people who are not considered to be the beauty standard live unapologetically, they're never met with that same reaction. Look at the comments of any fat person's video on here, it'll prove my point. Also, think about the most insecure person you know. It's probably a conventionally attractive person, right?
Right. We're gonna take sides.
Go ahead, Angel.
I feel as though she's right on one hand and then also leaving out a lot of pieces to the puzzles that she is not associating with. I think confidence has a lot to do with attraction. Yes, can somebody be attracted to a shy, cute girl? Obviously.
Yeah.
Who dudes and girls be doing that all the time. However, does confidence help a lot for both men and women? Hell yeah, absolutely. There are always going to be, people are always going to have a type. That's just what it is. A lot of people are not honestly open to dating any and everyone. But do I think that confidence can help crank you up a little bit? Because this is the thing, what I feel like happens with confidence. With confidence, you a lot of times lead with what you know is your best. The best thing about you, right? Because you're fully aware of who you are. So there are certain things that a person might not have been attracted to certain things about you, but now that they see this one aspect that you are, like being more like boastful and confident walking in, there is a potential for feelings to grow. That doesn't mean if somebody considered you ugly when you were shy, that they're all of a sudden gonna be like, "Ooh, you so fine."
Right. You sexy. You look at you walking with confidence now.
No, I don't think that at all. Yeah. But I do feel like, even if I look at like how I carried myself, the more and more I got assured of myself, I feel like the sexier I got as a person. Now that could just be in my head, but that's all actually that matters to me, is how I feel about it. But so I feel like there are parts of the conversation that she's missing that's making me say, on one hand, okay, I agree with you. Confidence does not make up for everything, or confidence is not going to fully change anybody's mind. But do I think confidence can help? Absolutely. 100%.
I was trying to remember how she opened it.
She was like, this is going to be polarizing. But attraction is not just a mental, like.
Yeah, it was.
Here, I'll just start it at the top for you again.
This opinion might be polarizing. It might make some people mad, but it needs to be said. There is nothing on earth more out of touch than telling people that attractiveness is strictly just a state of mind.
Yeah, stop that right there. Attractiveness is strictly just a state of mind. I feel like that in itself, by saying that in itself, like, who said that that's like how society, on a majority of society, operates? Just by her saying it, it feels like she's grabbing just a random topic and is like, I'm going to make this polarizing, because by saying that, you know, that's so far-fetched, it's like, no, well, actually, when it is a state of mind, or it can be definitely a state of mind, because it's like when you see somebody you're attracted, it's like when you see somebody, you're not thinking about, the type of person they are, that makes them attractive. You don't know them yet. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They say, you know, beauty's only skin deep, because it is. When you first see somebody, you're not seeing anything else except for what you see. Mm-hmm. You're not looking at the way they walk and it's like, oh, I bet that person is a great humanitarian. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And on rare occasions, you may see somebody helping someone cross the street. No, that was really sweet. And then you walk past, may draw attraction. But initially, that's all you see is what you see.
So you're referring to just physical attraction?
Yeah, just physical attraction. And like coming, you know, by saying like confidence is not, I disagree with that, because it's not just confidence. Confidence does help a whole lot. Mm-hmm. It's like you dress different, you walk different, you move different, you have different conversations when you're confident.
Yeah.
If versus somebody that's shy. Granted, I've been attracted to shy girls in the past. There was a time where I was very shy, and some girls found that attractive. The fact that I was quiet and very put off.
Well, that's what she's saying. She was like, people who are attractive, it don't matter if they're shy or confident.
Yeah, no, and I agree with that part. But at the same time, it's just like, when you, like you said, when you are confident, you carry yourself different. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that you are what's the word I'm looking for? Not confident or anything, but when you're incompetent. Not to say you're gonna walk around like acting incompetent and not being able to do things, but if you are, when you are sure of yourself, you know, hold yourself a little higher. You may be, like you said, willing to dress different or whatever it may be.
So think that we're treating attractiveness as if it's only about the physical. And I do think people, while physical is absolutely the first step, I do feel like there are more elements to being attracted or attractive to people. If that was the case, then wouldn't no one who was conventionally unattractive be married? Right. You know what I'm saying? Or only pretty people would get married. There are pretty people, gorgeous people that folk find very unattractive because of other attributes that they have about themselves. So that's the reason why I'm like, I feel like the way she's trying to paint it black and white of a thing is not really giving a full view of what this argument is that, or unpopular opinion is that she's stating. Because I've never heard it. I've never heard of this unpopular opinion. I'm sure, but I mean, why wouldn't you want some, regardless of what she's saying, why would someone not want to be with someone with confidence? Someone who is not toxic. Why wouldn't they be like, oh, I like someone who has confidence about them? It's almost as if she was like, confidence doesn't play anything. No, it is helpful.
It's very helpful.
So yeah, I if I had to take a side on it, my side is I disagree, baby girl, but not for the reasons you probably think.
Same, I disagree. I didn't even fully. I got what she was saying, but at the same time, it's like, but yeah.
You said I'm just gonna let you have that one. You know what else I'm gonna let you have?
What's that?
Is some history about toilet paper.
All right, tell me.
Okay. The first perforated toilet paper rolls that were introduced were in the 1890s, but it wasn't until the 1930s that we officially had splinter-free toilet tissue. Prior to that, people just used what was on hand. So corn cobs, parchment, even pages of the Farmer's Almanac. Just smear them cheeks up.
Almanac, now you wrinkle it enough times, you might be good.
Nowadays, we are clear cutting our forests just to make something that we used once, and we just flush it down the toilet. But this is why I love real paper. Okay, you all might not know this. So real paper is made out of bamboo, right? It's not made out of trees. And it's 100% bamboo. And they're certified by the Forest Stewardship Council, meaning that they are responsible in harvesting the bamboo grass that they use for their paper. So bamboo is a grass. This is the part that I was saying you might not know. And when you think about cutting your lawn, you cut it and then the grass just keeps growing. When you cut down a tree, another tree is not going to sprout from that trunk.
Right.
That tree is now dead. So when you think about deforestation and these trees that have taken 100 years or so to grow, and then we're chopping it down just so we can wipe our butt and flush the toilet, it's like we're killing these trees when there's a better option, and that's real paper. Real packaging is also plastic free, compositable, and offers free shipping on all orders. And while the other conventional tree brand papers are wrapped in plastic at the grocery aisle, you don't have to worry about that with Real. We actually really like it. I feel like the bamboo paper, sometimes when you think of you're using a greener version of toilet paper, you're like, oh my God, I'm about to use sandpaper on my body. Real is not like that. The texture, the feel is great. You're able to clean yourself efficiently like you would with these toilet papers brands that are killing the environment. Real is available and easy, hassle-free subscription or one-time purchase on their website. All orders are conveniently delivered to your door with free shipping in 100% recyclable plastic-free packaging. If you head to realpaper.com/argue and sign up for a subscription using our code argue at checkout, you'll automatically get 30% off your first order and free shipping. That's REELPAPER.com/argue or enter promo code argue to get 30% off your first order plus free shipping. So let's stop flushing our forests and try Real's tree-free paper. Real is paper for the planet. Also, you guys, while you're getting your poop right, you need to get the rest of your life right. And where do you go to get the rest of your life right? You go to the doctors. And if you are like us, like I told y'all before, my god daggone gynecologist decided to retire. Was he old? Yes. But did I think he was going to actually leave the practice? No. All
right, he just up and quit.
Oh my God. He used to have a, license plate that said woman doctor.
He did.
It used to say woman doctor on it. Now, see, let me give you an analogy or an anecdote. If you're a fan of sushi, because sushi is incredible, you like to get sushi at a really nice place. Even though you love sushi a lot, doesn't mean that you're going to be down for some gas station sushi, right? You're going to be like, no. So when it comes to sushi, you can't have sushi just anywhere. It's about finding the right sushi, the type of sushi that is going to be in your body the right way and not have you sick. It's the same way with finding a doctor. You ain't going to want no doctor that ain't handling its patients right? Or she doesn't have any type of bedside manner, or she is not available when you need her, or she don't take your insurance. These are all things that people deal with when trying to find a good doctor. I know when I tried to find a good gynecologist before using ZocDoc, I called this one lady's office. They were like, great, she has something available. I think they said in November. I called back in May. What am I going to do with that? So with ZocDoc, you can find the right doctor for you in your network and in your neighborhood, one that makes you feel like you're in good hands and you're supported and you're heard, even if you're telling them about your favorite sushi place. All right, so ZocDoc is a free app that shows you doctors who are patient reviewed, take your insurance, and are available when you need them. On ZocDoc, you can find every specialist under the sun, whether you're trying to straighten those teeth, fix an achy back, or get a mole checked out, or anything else. ZocDoc has you covered. ZocDoc's mobile app is as easy as ordering a ride to a restaurant or getting delivery to your home. Search, find, and book doctors in a few taps. Find and review local doctors, read verified patient reviews for real people who made real appointments. Now, when you walk into your doctor's office, you're all set to see someone in your network who gets you. Go to ZocDoc.com, find a doctor that's right for you, and book an appointment in person or remotely that works for your schedule. Every month, millions of people use ZocDoc, and we're one of them. It's our go-to whenever we need to find and book a quality doctor. Go to ZocDoc.com/argue and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then start your search for a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc.com/argue. ZocDoc.com/argue.
Argue.
All right, let's get to it, babe.
All right, main topic, fam. Halloween is approaching. While some families go crazy with costumes and decor, many black families err more on the side. The only, quote unquote, the only ghost in this house is the Holy Ghost. Where does the Tanksley family fall on this spectrum?
Listen, for God I live and for God I die. And there won't be any ghouls or goblins anywhere in this house. No, that is not how we are in the Tanksley household. But it's so crazy. Marcus, you grew up Methodist all your life. We grew up Baptist for the first part of my adolescence, and then we converted over to non-denominational, very closely tied to Pentecostal. So that's the speaking in tongues, that's the women only get to wear dresses in the sanctuary. At least they didn't change that until like the 2000s, that they started allowing women to wear pants in the sanctuary. So there was a strong belief in this. I still believe there's a strong belief in the fact that demons and the devil are real. So when we converted over to this way of belief, it was like, and we're not going to play dress up with them. Okay? We're not about to sit here and hocus pocus and think everything's cute, because the demons are trying to get your soul. The devil wants you to go to hell. So we had Hallelujah Fun Night is what we called it. Where we got to dress up, huh? And
there's people in the Bible.
Of course.
Where the men wear dresses?
Though they wear like house robes. That's
okay. Everybody wore dresses back in the day. And it was like only women should wear them in the church. Yeah, no, it made no sense. I thought that at the same time, but the dudes would be in the guys at our church, they would be in house robes, or they would just not dress up. I mean, you could dress up as like a transformer. You could be Spider-Man. Now, Amar's show up in your Paco jeans.
Amar's daycare is
Oh,
a
my
Christian
goodness.
daycare.
Yes.
So they have now the only daycares he's ever been to is Christian daycares, but the one he's in now, they're a little more strict about what they will allow to happen in at the daycare. So
I went and dropped them off, and they were asking me because they are approving everybody's costumes, and they asked, "Oh, is he gonna come to what is it for whatever the event is where all the kids dress up?" And I was like, "Yeah, he'll have a costume." They're like, "What is it?" I said, "Catboy."
that's from PJ Masks.
Yeah, but they thought I said cowboy. They're like, "Oh, okay, cowboy." Then the other lady, she said, "What is it, cow?" And I heard him say cowboy. I said, "No, cat boy," from PJ. She was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. No, we can't do anything like fighting or anything Marvel or anything like that." And I'm sitting there looking at her. I was like, "But y'all okay with a cowboy?"
That's all they did.
That's
for
all they
a
did was
profession.
fight, shoot, drink, and
steal.
sleep with hookers. Robbing banks, like the cowboy is okay, but not Catboy.
From PJ
From
Masks.
PJ
It's
Masks.
the PJ Masks. It's the PJ Masks. So he has 2 Halloween costumes now because they were okay with Paw Patrol
Why?
because Paw Patrol
it's
don't
just
fight.
puppies. They don't fight.
And of course, he's going as Chase. Chase is the police officer. So they find what. Did you know there was an armed guard? There's armed guards there at the daycare?
Yeah.
Oh, I had never seen them.
Oh yeah, I see them all the time.
No, I saw this black dude walking around that said security with a gun on his leg. I was like,
Oh, he had the thigh gun. He just
Yes.
he having fun now. I ain't gonna get the regular host. I'm gonna do the thigh host.
what's
Get
like
out of here.
a gun at the daycare?
You don't remember that notice that they said when you drop your kids off, there was a lot of cop cars. There was like, "Don't be alarmed. This is for training."
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that. I vaguely remember it. But yeah, so he gets to be a dog one day and then cat the next. But anyways, so my mother just kind of prescribed to, not harshly, but she just prescribed to whatever the rules of the church were. My mother didn't really care.
What do you think they'd do if he was a cowboy and showed up with pistols on his hip?
They would take the guns.
Stupid people.
They would take the
Like,
guns.
but you leave that belt and bullet on. Them are real bullets. I paid good money for them bullets.
Kai and Sai is going to be a zombie this year. I would have never been able to be a zombie at church because only Jesus raises the dead.
Jesus is the only zombie in this house. All right. He ain't gonna be no other zombies. All right, you ain't doing that. Just Jesus.
Just Jesus. Kai is wearing an inflatable costume where it looks like he is holding a smaller version of himself.
No, he's the alien, ain't he? Ain't the alien
The
holding
alien
him?
is
looks
holding.
aliens carrying him.
And then little Marcus is some character out of video game. My mother let us celebrate all the years that we could, but our costumes just changed based off of our affiliation with our church. So I've worn her wedding dresses. I was the bride of Christ. I told this on another podcast, and I won the Halloween costume because it was creative. You know what I'm saying? What's so crazy is that Victory's mother wore that same wedding dress when she got married.
That's funny.
It's the wedding dress that I wore in the
That's
costume.
funny. You know how many jokes I would have had if you showed up as a bride of Christ? Like, Jesus be smashing.
The church, the bride of Christ is the church. He be smashing us. You didn't got smashed by Jesus.
You stupid.
And you liked it, so don't even. So yeah, I did not want my kids growing up like that necessarily.
Yeah, no, we was on, now, granted, my parents were not decorating the house for Halloween, but we definitely did trick-or-treating. They asked us what we wanted to be. There was no limitations because it was never anything crazy. I was Superman one year. I was Spider-Man one year, back when the mask used to cut your tongue. From then on out, I was either a werewolf or a vampire every year. That was my thing. My brother, he got mad because if it wasn't about costume, it was him doing face paint and making me look like what I wanted to be. So when I was a vampire one year, I had the pale white face and the black around the eyes and the blood coming from it. He did all that.
No, Pete love you.
Yeah, then there was a werewolf. He's like, all right, go get some old jeans. He tear my jeans up and stuff, and we got a mask and all that. But there was no limitations. It was, granted, I knew people, like on y'all spectrum. I was telling Angel before we started, one of our friends, we both know this person. There was like cartoon characters that couldn't even be affiliated with, like the Tasmanian Devil, because devil's in the name. I'm like, that's an actual goddamn character or animal that runs around. That's just the name they gave him. But I always, I always look, even as a kid, not even as a kid because I didn't really care, but even as an adult, like for y'all to do, what was it, Halloween? What was it called?
No, Hallelujah Fun Night.
Hallelujah
they just
Fun
did it
Night.
this weekend because my goddaughters attended.
I'm like, why even have a celebration in reference to, or just ignore it altogether if it's that bad? Because you're still celebrating the devil's night. Like,
No, we're not. What we're doing,
yeah, you are.
no, what we're
What y'all
doing
doing?
is we're having good, clean Christian fun, playing games, eating candy, and dressing up. We are not establishing any connection to any satanic imagery.
What's more humanitarian than giving away candy to strangers that come up to you?
This is when
But
you
y'all
make a
keeping
threat.
it all to yourself.
But you're threatening the strangers.
No, you're not.
Yes, you are.
All right, trick or treat. It's all fun.
That's a threat. You're basically saying, look, old lady, unless you got some candy, I'm about to tear your house
Yeah,
up.
because you're teaching them kids, get what you want. Okay? You go out. If you want something, you take it. If you want that education, you get that education and take it. If you want salvation, take it from the oppressor. Okay? But y'all being weak all up. Oh, we're going to stay together and then get out of here.
You're stupid.
We growing up, we didn't, I'm so glad that I got to experience the whole trick-or-treating thing and going out. Different strokes for different folks, but Halloween. That could go either way.
Mm-hmm.
Like Halloween.
But speaking of Halloween, what do you think about costumes? So there has been discussion about y'all know when y'all go to these costume stores, they'll have a guy cop costume and the guy is in like something made of thin nylon, or something that you could just throw away easily, cost $60, fake little plastic handcuffs and a little police officer hat. Then you look in the women's section and it is a
mini skirt,
itty bitty mini skirt that if you bend over, they gonna be able to see up into your butthole. Yes, fishnet stockings. The button doesn't go further than your navel.
Yeah.
And then a little badge. I know that people say that it, is you shouldn't slut shame and talk about women just because they want to wear something provocative. But what do you feel it is about Halloween that makes people want to be half naked?
I have no idea. Like, I even remember being a kid when a Halloween was approaching and you get like the catalogs that come to the house. You got all the costumes and you got the Walmart. Heels. Kate, you remember Heels? You weren't in Lexington at that time.
I do remember Heels, actually.
I was going to say Heels is like a low-budget Kmart, if you will.
Mm-hmm. It's over on the north side.
Yeah, it was.
I know. I remember Heels.
So you get these catalogs, even like the Macy's catalog. When I was a young kid, you would get those catalogs that came in. And as a kid, I would remember going through looking for what costume can I get? And the adult section always had what I would consider slutty costumes for women, like the grown, not the little girls, but the women. Because I remember being a little adolescent boy, like, hey man, look at that right there with my little Woody.
Oh Jesus!
But it always geared toward that, and I still don't. As a grown man at the age of 40, I don't understand why it's always, because it is that drastic of a difference. The construction costume, the man's will be a hard hat, a hammer, tool belt. Why is the girl wearing non-OSHA approved stuff on the construction site? It's always like a little short skirt,
It's
or a
like
little short shorts,
it's
and
little shorts.
It'll be a little shirt that ties up,
by the boobs.
Yeah, by the boobs, and it was just like, why is that? I never understood it myself.
For those of you all who like to, be half naked for Halloween, tell me, what is the allure to it? Because a lot of these people, they're not dressing like this throughout the year.
I know people from LA, and they said Halloween in LA is like, looks like people are on their way to the world's largest orgy.
Yeah, it's like it looks like all of the costumes look a little more pornographic than they
Extremely
do.
pornographic.
Than they do like the thing that you're trying to actually imitate in your costume.
Yeah.
I remember only one year did I ever do something that was remotely sexy, and that was I was thin enough finally to be Catwoman, and I was in a pleather cat suit. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was skin tight. I'm surprised I didn't get a yeast infection in that thing because there was no air. It was just tight as hell. I was an RA at UK. I did not leave that dang on hallway because I was like, I can't move. It's just so tight.
Penguin struggling down the
and obviously my thighs were still big. So you hearing the squeak of the plastic going past each other.
Make it the whole night, did it? Did you have hoes there about time of night?
No, I didn't go nowhere. I took pictures in the hallway and then just stayed on the 7th floor. I was like, and that's the end of that.
Even in commercial buildings, you get like around Halloween. When I was at the airport, Southwest is notorious for it. People show up and it's just like, whose supervisor approved this stuff? Because these women be showing up like, you truly testing your employment right now, but they do that every year. When I was in like commercial buildings, it would never fail. Like I said, Southwest was notorious for it. Them chicks would show up like,
is that right?
I've been waiting. Yeah.
And why were you over there?
Because we were working on the goddamn terminal.
You could have did a different terminal that day.
Could I?
Yes, you have.
They show up at a different company. Like, what you doing? I'm just inspecting
this is my costume. I work for y'all today.
And yeah, you be mad. Why you get fired? I mean, you told me go to another
while
terminal.
The sluts is over in Terminal 1.
Dopest one I saw was this one chick. Nah, the dude. I told you about it. The dude they were King Joffrey and his wife from Coming to America. Mm-hmm. I mean, they was strutting down through there like, but they had everybody's attention. Like, of course, any black people that was in there was cheering them on, but everybody stopped and looked. I'm like, did they plan this? But it was fire though, because he had to spend some money on their costume because it looked like James L. Jones's suit and lion draped over him. What's
one costume that you haven't wore that you still want to be able to do one day?
That's a stretch for me because
I still want you to do
Mike Lowry. Just put on a tank top, some jeans.
Well, your beard now kills it. When you're non-heavy bearded days, you could have easily done Mike Lowry. But now
I could be Thanos. Just paint my face purple and my beard purple.
Oh, that is a good idea.
People say I look like Thanos anyway. Jerks.
You so stupid.
Anyway, what'd you say? I could be what?
I had always, you remember, I wanted to make your Show Nuff costume.
Show Nuff? Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I ended up doing Martin.
I made that for you.
Yeah, you did make that one.
That was one of the best. That thing looked accurate.
It was.
It was so
I was
accurate.
Jerome.
It was for a birthday party.
Yeah, birthday party. Birthday party. It wasn't Halloween. It was birthday party. Mm-hmm.
It was
Everybody good. We had like 5 characters from Martin in it.
Well, because it was a 90s sitcom.
That's what it was.
Black sitcom party.
Acting like Tina Turner.
No, it was not Aretha Franklin, but Patti LaBelle.
Patti LaBelle. She was Patti LaBelle. She had the microphone when they were auditioning. I was Jerome. My other boy was Aleem was Dragonfly Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody was Bruh Man.
Uh-huh.
And who else was it?
Me.
You were, who was you?
Shanae.
You was, God dang it, you were Shanae.
I had on the crop top.
Yes, you did, yeah.
I had the curls, the color.
Yeah.
Oh, it was such a good time. What's also a good time is when I be cooking this HelloFresh, because y'all have no idea. The Fredericks came over after they came back from Houston, and they were like, "You really be in here cooking the HelloFresh?" I said, "Yes." I was like, "And now y'all are here. I'm going to cook another one so that y'all have some to eat."
Yeah.
And they
we was over there chopping up and cooking and stuff. And I was like, I told Kevin, I said, eat like I eat at your house. It's fine. He said, I'm going to save some room because I want some at next meal too.
Yes, because I made some Southwest shrimp tacos, fire. And then I made some black bean fajita not burritos, but quesadillas. Fire. They were like, now hold on. I was like, listen, me and HelloFresh are besties. I be cooking this HelloFresh. And there's so many reasons why. Not only is it America's #1 meal kit because they don't be playing with these menu choices, but they also help us save money. Y'all, we just talked about having to pay all these taxes. So I'm trying to save me some money, okay? So when you subscribe to HelloFresh and you can check off saving money off of your list because HelloFresh is 25% cheaper than takeout and less expensive than grocery shopping. And that is the honest to God truth. And with HelloFresh, ingredients travel from your farm to your doorstep in less than 7 days. So you know they're fresh, plus pre-portioned ingredients make cooking a snap and cut down on food waste. This is one thing that I really was recognizing the last time I was cooking HelloFresh. My kids get fresh vegetables every single meal. And I know to some people that might sound like they weren't doing that anyways. No, a lot of times they would get canned vegetables or frozen vegetables because we wouldn't want it to go to waste. I could have all the great intentions in the world, but still them goddamn spinach leaves would be turned into milky brown disgustingness, or the broccoli would eventually get mold on it and have its own fur coat. Where with HelloFresh, literally every meal I am cutting up fresh produce that my kids are getting in their system. And I can tell you right now, it made me feel great as a mother. I was like, y'all actually getting some real nourishment. Praise God. So like I said, we cook it every day. Last night I cooked these flatbread. It had zucchini. It had tomatoes on it, as well as a ricotta cream. Side tore them up. And of course, my husband did. Marcus and my husband be chasing down the whatever is left over.
I was so happy when I realized they had all ate, and I saw that a whole nother sheet plus some.
You were like, and thank you. I will eat that right now. We just got our new box in on Sunday, so I got meals for the week. I don't have to think about it, and my kids and my husband and myself will be fed. So go to HelloFresh.com/argue65.
Argue65.
And use code argue65.
Argue65.
For 65% off plus free shipping. Again, that's go to HelloFresh.com/argue65.
Argue65.
And use code argue65.
Argue65.
For 65% off and free shipping. It's HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit.
Absolutely. Oh, you know what? I don't know. I never thought of it. I always thought of good costumes. Like, it'd be neat. Like, if I could find an extremely accurate, I'm a big Mortal Kombat fan, like not Sub-Zero, Scorpion costume. I would do that. I ain't talking about like you get the outfit and just put it on it as one piece. I want like the individual, like forearm wraps, the shin wraps, all of that, like all the different layers that they wore.
You like real, give it to me
thing. But again, I would have to.
I want to get from our audience in the comments when they watch this what they think me and Marcus should be for Halloween. Because we have an idea of what we're going to do.
Yeah.
But I want to know. I want to do I like clever joint things. That's what I like. So if y'all have any ideas, let us know. But let's go ahead and I think it's time to jump to the last segment.
All right, yeah. Tank our advice.
All right, we got something. Oh, wait a minute.
Nah, I ain't go. Come on, man. Just go.
No.
I don't want to.
Marcus.
You need some advice. We gonna give it. You gonna take this advice and get on with it. Get on with it. Take this advice. Take it.
Okay, this is from Joy.
Hello, guys. I just have a quick question. I am trying to find out a way to not be nasty, not be rude, but these men in there, I'm just going to go the range, probably 20s to probably early 40s. Do they not know that there are supposed to be taking care of their wives, especially wives, but even girlfriends, cars, just making sure things are done correctly. It seemed like something's happened. My dad's, he's 80. I'm 40. These men in their younger ages, I'm just gonna say between 20 and 40, 45, they are not like the men of the older day where they just took care of the things on a woman's car, like fixing stuff around the house. I'm sorry I got cut off, but I just wanted to get Tank's advice on this because I've been married a long time and it hasn't changed. It's been like this from the beginning. I love him. He's a good husband. But it's just like these men are not the same. And I've asked my other friends that are married around my age and even a little bit younger than me, these men are just not taking care of stuff that needs to be taken care of. And if you were brought up in a home where your father did this stuff for your mom, it's a hard transition. So it's like, what's a way to talk to them and be like, hey, without going completely off? Thank y'all. Love y'all.
Well, we can tell that he ain't, or you ain't taking care of that goddamn smoke detector beat.
Joy, that
Just change
thing.
that 9-volt battery.
Listen, remember they had to listen through our oven going.
Oh, beeping.
Yes.
Well, that's something we couldn't help.
Right.
We had to
were
call
like-
in a specialist. That battery is made to be changed.
Well, I can't wait to hear your advice to Joy because then I can use it on you.
All right. You got to, well, Joy, you should have said that when y'all was dating. If he ain't changing, if he ain't taking care of the car and doing all of that stuff, if they ain't doing it as boyfriends, they not going to do it as husbands. Unless that's a discussion had. Now, I will say back in the day, cars needed a lot more to them. If this is what you're talking about, you said cars and things around the house. Everybody ain't inclined. Yes, do I feel like if you have a house, same as if you have a car, should you know something about it and know how to fix certain things that should come up? Absolutely. If your smoke detector's beeping, you should know how to get up there and change the battery because that's important. That's life-changing. That's life-saving stuff. Mm-hmm. All of that stuff should be kept up. But at the same time, it's like, did she say her dad or her man is 80?
No, that's what I thought before. It's her dad is 80 years old.
Okay, your dad's 80. I was like, whoo.
Get it, girl.
Yeah. But I will say, you know, they're younger guy. I don't know. Like cars are a lot easier to take care of now. It's not nearly as much to it.
Why don't you want to do the maintenance on my car?
Okay, let's talk about it.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. Talk about it.
You gonna shut up and let me talk?
So here's the thing. Marcus, in our earlier in our relationship, well, after we started having kids, that's when I made the request of, hey, because this is when Marcus started taking over my car choices, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And he's the one that he told me I was getting rid of my Corolla. He got me the Kia. I was fine with all of it. At the time, especially by the time we got the Kia, I had 3 kids. And at that time, would you agree that I was in charge of all of their doctor's appointments, getting them there, everything that had to do with school, making sure that meetings with teachers were scheduled, actually getting them into the school? Was that not all on my shoulder? Yes or no?
Yeah.
It was all on my shoulders. This is a job that could have been split between the two of us, but it made it more difficult to try to have him be a part. And I acknowledge that because he worked out of the home. And for part of that time, his commute was a very long commute. There was a part of the time where it wasn't. So.
When wasn't it?
When you were working in Burbank, when you were working in the Valley, you remember when you at one point in time, you worked in Sherman Oaks. So my thing was, hey, I'm not asking you to pick up any of this because I know it's more difficult. So could you pick up the thing that I actually don't enjoy doing and that you are actually interested in?
You talking about changing the oil?
Yeah, because that was only the only big maintenance thing that a car needs on a regular basis until it breaks down, correct? I might not even know. And maybe tires rotated, I guess?
Tires, brakes, all of that. Mm-hmm. Tires and brakes, I'll make sure that would get handled. I remember taking that Kia a few times because I remember one time you got a bad set of tires and I took it back up there.
And I've done my tires and brakes too. Right.
So, oil change. I was never one to do this, but Angel would. It would take Angel 10 minutes at max to get an oil change because you pull up into the Jiffy Lube, you don't even get out the goddamn car. That was my only request. I said, what?
They would make me get out of the car, and I would have to get
You legally can't get out of the car. You talking about where they work under the car?
Yes, they started making us, and I'm not kidding. They would make me get out before driving over the thing, and so I would have to get the kids out the car.
I did not know this.
I feel like I told you multiple times. It is really inconvenient for me to take my car.
I had never gotten out of any car when taking your car up there to get oil. Matter of fact, the 4 or 5 times I took my truck, I had never gotten out of the car.
They have asked me multiple times. There was a couple times I was like, no, either y'all gonna take this money and let me drive over this thing, or I'm gonna have to pull off.
Should have picked a different one.
Go ahead with your story.
Anyway, so yes, I was at work. I would check Angel's thing. I'd be like, can you just take it to go get an oil change? Angel said up top she refused to get the oil change. She's not going to do it.
I refused.
You said, I'm not going to get the oil change. You can do it.
That was when we got to the very end with that Kia. I was like, Marcus, take it to go get the oil change. No, Angel. You remember I went out of town for like 3 or 4 days. I was like, take it while I'm gone. It still didn't get taken. And then that whole engine.
That engine locked up. Locked all the way up.
Continue.
I ain't got nothing to say. No, I wasn't
so
gonna do it.
Why though? Why can't that be?
Because you could have took. As far as I'm concerned, you could have took it. I didn't know about you having to get out the car. I had never heard of that.
But why is that not a part of what you're willing to do for me? Is all I'm asking. If I'm doing everything for these kids,
because you was also ripping and running. I was ripping and running.
But
when was a time where you was sitting there and was like, you know what, let me get your key. I'm gonna go get you always gone doing something.
No, there would be, you remember we even had the discussion. I said, just tell me, Angel, and you've done this to me recently, in one of the vehicles where you've been like, I'm taking your truck on this day at this time. And I've been like, cool.
I'm a new improved man. Now, she gonna make it seem like I don't be doing maintenance on her cars, because that's how you coming off right now. You talking about the oil change.
No,
like,
because
why don't you
that's the only, okay, this is another thing. Marcus knows way more about cars than I do. But this is something that I'm not even trying to hide.
Because I'm keeping track of everything else. I'm making sure your tires is good. I'm making sure the thing is running good. When it stops, I'm under there in front of the YMCA having rusty metal drop into my eye trying to get your starter going. She ain't talking about that. She talking about a goddamn oil change she could have took.
Because
see, you're never happy. That's what's wrong with y'all women. You ain't happy about that. Don't matter what we do.
No.
Y'all gonna find something wrong.
Just
you got my steering wheel dirty.
Marcus,
why can't you? The car.
Marcus, why can't you just admit that is one area you could have done for me based off of the strength. You and I both know I held it down as the parent that took care of everything for them kids for a nice span of time.
Okay, so I was a horrible husband and father.
That's not what I'm saying.
I don't know.
Can you not just address what I'm saying?
I was a horrible husband and father. I just left Angel out
So, Joy,
to dry.
this is what I'm saying. There is no way. Because he could
Okay, I could have. You're right. I could have.
Okay, that's it.
That's all you wanted? Yeah, I could have.
Thank you, boo.
But nothing else? I don't get no credit for all other stuff?
Yes, you get credit for everything else.
You ain't brought that up. You worried about the engine that you got let lock up.
Babe, because okay.
You let that engine get locked up. Luckily, God was on our side. And there was a recall on the car.
The reason why that's the thing is because it was the one request that I kept making that you kept. I didn't request any of the other things, but I appreciate it. But that was the one thing I knew about car maintenance was this thing needs an oil change. Can you please take it to get an oil change when it needs it? That's it.
Marcus, build the baby crib. All right, I get to it. Marcus, build the baby crib. All right, I get to it. Forget it. I'm going to build the baby crib.
It's my baby.
Marcus,
I don't care about.
All right, Marcus, hang these pictures. All right, you know what? Forget it. I'm going to hang the pictures. Marcus, paint the room. All right, Marcus, paint the room. Forget it. I'm going to paint the room. Why can't the same thing happen with the goddamn oil change?
So do you all see the behavior that my husband has? He cares nothing about my request.
No. I do it when I want to.
Which is never. Which is when the car gets locked up and the engine about falls out. So Joy, girl, honey, just get
no, hold on. Now, what Joy's saying and what you saying is something completely different.
She's
saying these young guys don't take care of the car or anything around the house. I done took care of your cars. I always check. I was just checking on your truck last night. Was I not?
Of course you did.
Okay, so don't act like I'll just be leaving everything out there, that's what you are. She said, so Joy, you see? No, because me and Joy, what they got going on and what I got going on, something completely
What
different.
I am saying is that there is no good way to bring it up. That's what I mean by joy you see while you over here adding all
all
this
she got to
action.
do is be like, hey, you hear that?
And he's going to
Change
be like,
that before we die. You aren't going to die. Change that 9-volt battery before we die.
ain't nobody saying that you don't do other things, Marcus. Nobody's saying that. Everybody who watches this knows you're an amazing husband. I'm talking about.
You don't think so. You don't watch it. See? No. No, for real. On for real, like, yeah. Like, this is something that needs to be like a discussion. Like, if they ain't doing nothing around the house or making sure I don't know what's going on with the car to make sure that the car, like if you stranded and you got a flat tire, is he not going to come help if you don't know how to do it if y'all ain't got AAA? I don't know what all that encompasses. Mm-hmm. Do y'all need a regular mechanic that you paying per diem to? Not per diem, what's the word? Retainer to that your car's in that bad of a shape? I don't know.
I mean, I would definitely feel some type of way if he was taking really good care of his car and he could not just extend that over to you. And that is just to the point of the oil change. Marcus is really good with his cars. He's very particular about it. I am not. But now that we both own the cars jointly, I'd be like, yeah, can you make sure, like, because it's now part of your investment as well. I was going to ride in my Corolla. I probably would have got rid of the Corolla until we got a Mar. Had Marcus not been like, you will not have my children.
I'm going to Vegas. I'm like, you're not driving that car to Vegas.
It would have made it.
When I came out to visit Angel, we got into the biggest argument. Where were we going that day? Was it Magic Mountain?
I don't remember.
The belt on Angel's tire was showing. That's how worn down her tires were.
It looked cute.
You could see the metal fibers, meaning the tread
Halloween
was
costume.
gone, the tire was gone. You was almost basically from rubber to straight air. And I was just like, I'm not riding nowhere. Why would you do this? So it was like the worst time because we was arguing and I refused to go anywhere and we went and got her tires changed. She was just like, it's fine. I'm like, it's not fine. But I don't know. Does he not know how to look for stuff like that? I don't know.
So if he's already good at it, just say, I love the way you work on your stuff. Could you start taking care of mine? Or he might just suck at it. And so if he does, then you're asking him to do something that's already out of his wheelhouse. So you all are just going to have to come up with a plan that works best for you all. But yeah, that's it. Come on, host with the most.
Anyway, fam. Yeah, she let the engine lock up. So
Marcus,
let us know what y'all think about this.
That thing sound like
episode
a Flintstone car.
It did. Angel, I was
we were coming from church.
Coming from church. Mm-hmm. She was like, my car's making a weird noise.
It was like,
we pulled over and I pulled out the dipstick, checked the oil, and I ain't see nothing but metal fibers.
Shards
like,
of metal.
I was like, well.
It was cute.
It was cute.
It was cute. It was like glitter in my thing. What does it say on the thing, babe?
On what?
Closes out the right way. Look at what she said.
In my feelings.
What?
What you mean close it out? It said take our advice. Shout out social media.
And then what else too?
Ask for podcast reviews?
Yeah.
What you talking about? Podcast reviews.
You guys, we appreciate you watching this show or listening to it. If you could do us the wonderful favor of reviewing our podcast wherever.
See, I needed the detail. Wherever you watching it, go ahead and review it and all of that. If you're listening to it, make sure you rate it and all of that. Because we need that. All right. Make sure you rate it. And then if you're watching it, go ahead and like it. Don't just wait for it to pop up in your algorithm. And we appreciate that too.
Holy shit. You can find me at That Chick Angel pretty much across all platforms. I'm working on getting it my Twitter changed to That Chick Angel as well. But if you search for my name, you'll find me. You, babe?
Hey, Instagram, Marcus on the gram, Facebook, Marcus on the book, TikTok, and Tank Don't Talk. Y'all can find my beard and body butter called Man Shit. MANSHYT. You can go to manshit.com and hopefully that website will be getting changed here soon. Not the title to where you can find it, but my pictures and stuff
And
over there.
follow our podcast on Instagram at Is This Gonna Cause an Argument? We just hit 10,000
Hey.
followers, so we greatly appreciate it.
Marcus, the horrible husband. Catch y'all next week.
I'm
Y'all have
not
a good
married to
one.
that person. I'm married to Marcus, the amazing husband. That's my
Have a good
boo. Bye.